Kim Caldwell, and I am wanting to invoke some positive, loving energy. And I'm wanting to, I pulled a card, and the card that came up for us was Sekhmet. Now, I am not super familiar with Sekhmet, but I have worked with them in the past. And the message that's coming through right now is the power of our imagination. Neville Goddard, who is amazing, not only implied, but he just basically said that the God goddess energy is imagination, and vice versa. That as we're imagining, we're creating. Einstein was very well known to talk about how powerful the imagination is. So I want to talk about creating a sacred space in our environment, in our home. Remember when you were a kid and you used to create forts, or you used to create little kitchens, or remember how you would get juicy with your imagination and you could spend hours there? Well, I'm feeling called to tell you to create a space in your home that is so comfy and so cozy and so with the intention of bringing you peace and bringing you joy and bringing you happiness. And I'm also being called to say that you could use a corner of a room, and you could also use your imagination to evoke this. So depending on what you are actually working with, to pull in these energies of imagination. And I also am being called, I had to think for a second, I'm also being called to tell you one of my favorite comments that Abraham-Hicks makes a lot of the time, that always keeps me on point with going back to feeling good. Abraham-Hicks talks about how future generations will benefit from all the contrast that we're experiencing now. So why don't we benefit as well by aligning with our power of feeling good? Now, obviously, sometimes there are challenges to this, but I'm pulling the citrine in. Citrine is a very powerful stone for anytime someone feels like they don't want to be on earth anymore. And I'm giggling because it's a challenging time, but here's where our mastery comes in. So the citrine has very soothing, very powerful energy. So I was moving that in front of you. So my point is, and that I love what Abraham-Hicks says, is if we can be like these future generations, because future generations come in wired. They're like wired, ready to go with cable, as we call it. So, but if we can make peace with where we are and find juicy little spots and find little moments to enjoy life and adapt to change, because change is very tricky. I'm the first to admit, not a huge fan of change, but if we can learn to call in, and I'm going to call in right now Archangel Michael, and this is this is by Natalia Ank. This is the Archangel Michael. Kind of get a vibe on that. This is the Archangel Michael disc from Natalia Ank, and just kind of take a deep breath and call in with me now Archangel Michael to come in, and Archangel Michael to shimmer their blue flame throughout our whole energetic bodies, with the intention of allowing anything that no longer serves us to leave, to allow any thoughts that no longer serve us to leave, to allow any attachments to what is, just to let go and just to be here in this moment, and just to embrace this moment for what it is. Yeah, deep healing breath. Michael's a wonderful one to call. I see Michael standing to your left with their beautiful sword that cuts through anything that no longer serves us. Deep healing breath. And just helping us to not only accept what is, but Abraham-Hicks says another thing I love. They say that there are always those that will thrive during any and all circumstances. So maybe embrace that and just claim that as your own, and say to yourself, I know that as I connect with these unseen forces, with these ancestors, with this help that is here for me at all time, be it galactic, be it angelic, be it whatever is your personal preference, just maybe that that thriving is very possible. Okay, now here's another disc that I adore by Natalia Ank again, and I'll try to find the link for you. This goes along. This is the violet flame. Now I want to remind you to run the violet flame like a carpet. Take a deep breath with me now. Call on Archangel Zadkiel and Saint Germain and ask them to create a violet carpet throughout your home, right where you're standing. Now move that violet flame through your neighborhood. Deep healing breath. Yes, your angels are standing by you. They're assisting you. They're doing all the work. You're just visualizing with joy, with ease. See as Saint Germain has their hand at your back, and see as this violet flame moves out into your whole city, into the whole state. Deep healing breath. See that violet flame encompassing the world. See the violet flame moving through the universe for the highest good of all involved. Deep healing breath. Yes. And just feel that violet flame along with the beautiful dynamic blue flame of Archangel Michael. So you've got Archangel Michael, Archangel Zadkiel, you've got Saint Germain, and we're calling in the beautiful Archangel Metatron as well to bring in their sacred geometry as we take deep healing breaths and as we be peaceful and accepting of ourselves and compassionate. You know, another thing, compassion is, and this was another, I'll try to paraphrase what Abraham-Hicks says. Compassion is seeing scary things and not freaking out, and kind of being compassionate in the sense of letting people and letting everyone have their own journey and holding space. And I am still learning about this. And so as we talk about it, I'm asking now for divine forces and angelic beings for the highest good to help us understand compassion with grace, with ease. And this, by the way, is Fortuna. Fortuna is the goddess of abundance, abundance of peace. We call now with Archangel Uriel. If you go over to archangelology.com, Archangel Uriel has a book and an audio on, but the audio is free listens on peace. And they do a big number on chakras and all kinds of things. And yes. All right, I want to let you go now with this peaceful thought, just to make super peace with where you are and to know that from this contrast, amazing things are going to come, and that you too may benefit from the contrast, just like future generations will, and you deserve to benefit through this contrast. And we benefit through the contrast by making peace with where we are and getting comfy and calling in all the help around us. And any ideas you have, feel free to post, because we're all in this together and learning. We're all learning together. I send you peace and blessings. I hope this helps you in marvelous ways. Thank you, Kim.